All right, today, boys and girls, we're looking at lesson 44 on page 196 in your grammar workbook. Today's topic is relative pronoun and relative adverbs. Let's go ahead and look at the learn part. It says if you have already learned that a complex sentence is made up of two related ideas. The second idea is introduced by a relative pronoun when it is adding information about or describing a noun in the first idea. So it says Betsy Ross is the woman who is known for making one of the first American flags. So obviously she is a woman, and then we have the additional information that she was one of the ones making the first American flag. She's one that's known for that. So that's your additional information. Let's look at the second example. It says the stars that, or which, you could use either or, she designed for the flag have 5 points. All right, so first she designed it and then gave additional information of having 5 points. Next, she is the one whose star design is still used in today's flag. So once again, her design is still used today. And then she is the historical figure about whom we learned in class. And so once again, here is your pronouns: whom, whose, that, and who. All of those are those relative pronouns. You can these are not as specific as in she and he pronouns that we've been working on. So these are that relative, so it is just in that complex sentence. Those are the relative pronouns that we are identifying today. The second part is called a relative adverb. It says a relative adverb is used when the second idea refers to a place, time, or reason. So use where after the word place, or place words such as store or street. Use when after the word or time such as a day or minute. Use why, of course, of a reason. So Fort McHenry is the place where the Star-Spangled Banner was first waved. 1982 is the year when the Americans declared war on the British Empire. There are many reasons why the Star-Spangled Banner became the national anthem. All right, so let's go ahead and try this out in our practice. The directions are it says read each sentence, underline the word that is used as a relative pronoun or a relative adverb. All right, so let's make sure that we can always, of course, refer back to our lesson here. All right, and so in the practice it says Francis Scott Key is the hero whom we are studying. Whom is in this sentence just like whom is in this sentence. This is talking about a historical figure. This is actually talking about Francis Scott Key being the hero. So whom is our relative pronoun in this sentence. It says he was taken prisoner in the War of 1812, a war that was fought between the British and the Americans. And the word that is going to be once again, your relative pronoun. All right, next. Key is the one who wrote the Star-Spangled Banner. Who is your relative pronoun. He is the man whose father fought in the American Revolution. Whose. All right, and then Francis Key Scott was a lawyer who was also a gifted poet. So who. All right. Please make sure that you have found all of these within your practice. Next, let's continue on to our next part of our practice, in which we will look at your homework. Tonight you will continue your 6 through 10, continuing to underline the relative adverb or the relative pronoun. In section B, you're going to have to decide if you are going to have to use a pronoun or if you're going to need a relative adverb in each one. So let's look at the first one. It says, Ralph Waldo Emerson is another poet blank who wrote about war. So if you try when is only used when there's a time frame, but unfortunately we do not have a time frame. So we know that it can't be when, it has to be who. And of course we're talking about a person, so we're going to use the word who. Okay. All right, and says, next one is, the words shot heard around the world came from a phrase blank Emerson wrote. All right, so if we're given a reason, then we're using why, but I do not see a reason, so the best word is which. Okay, and then even in the sentence, it makes sense. The word shot around the words shot heard around the world came from a phrase which Emerson wrote. That is definitely the correct choice. And of course you can refer back to that's how which was also used in our examples. Number 3, this is the phrase blank symbolized the beginning of the American Revolution. All right, this is the phrase that symbolizes. Once again, that's going to be the best choice. When it's when, you're going to have a time frame, and it does not tell you a time frame. Try the last 4 through 10 tonight on your own. Remember to take your time. Remember that you have a test on Thursday. This is one of the concepts that you will be tested on Thursday. So make sure that you are taking your time, thinking through. Please bring any questions or anything that you're confused about whatsoever to class so we can talk about it before you are tested on Thursday. Good luck.